Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. And look at the head on that fellow. Wow. This is it just a standard bitter?
This is a best bitter.
A best bitter. How about that? Mike was so gracious that he brewed it up just for me and said, hey, let's shoot a video. I just can't believe, I don't even know if one can see the thickness of that.
That is ridiculous. I don't know.
Super creamy.
I don't know how that happened. I have some thoughts.
Don't give away any of your secrets. We're just doing a YouTube channel or anything like that. All right, so tell us more about the inspiration for this.
Well, you remember a few videos back, I did do a best bitter, and it was in those two beers that were wonky due to the hose water.
Yes, the hose.
So I really wanted to have some best bitter to drink, so I said, screw it, I'm brewing it again, and we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna have a video.
Nice.
So this time around, this is best bitter. The original gravity was 1048, and it went all the way down to 1009 for about 5.1%. So it's just over the edge of what BJCP calls for best bitter, usually topping out about 4.8%. But anyway, we'll live with that. So this was about 91% Golden Promise, and then 4.5% of Crystal 60 and 4.5% of Crystal 120. 60 minutes, I added about 37 IBUs worth of Challenger, and that's the only hop addition. It's just bittering at 60 minutes.
Very good.
I mashed this thing at 145 degrees for 50 minutes, and then I let it slowly ramp up using the Brewzilla, just one of the two voltage settings. So to let it slowly ramp up to 155. I did not do a mash out. I just let it go another 25 minutes. I figured I've already invested enough time. I'm done with that. So I ran off to do the standard boil, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
The water on this is 93 ppms of calcium, 6 ppms of magnesium, 16 ppms of sodium, 166 of sulfate, 55 of chloride, 51 of bicarbonate. So actually, what that translates to is some gypsum, some calcium chloride, some magnesium sulfate, because I like having the magnesium in there,
yeah,
and then just in this 3.5 gallon batch, this was 1 gram of baking soda, just those crystal malts, just so that they don't pull my pH down too far. A little baking soda just to hold the pH up. And if you're interested, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, at some point.
Yes. But the pH on this mash was 1.5, 5.5. Sorry, 1.5 would be
brutal. Geez.
5.5. And I fermented this with Cellar Science English.
English, okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Because I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so should we talk about the head?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, that is quite rocky, pillowy.
Yeah, I mean
it's
still
thick.
Holding strong there.
So what were your thoughts on why we're getting such a well-defined head on this beer?
I think, you know what, a big part of it is I did a big shakedown, clean down of equipment. That could be some of it.
Oh, how
right?
about that? Yep.
The other thing too is I think this is just a culmination of water chemistry as well as really dry beer, right? Fermenting it down to 1009. So while a lot of my beers sort of lately have been finishing at like 14 or 12 or whatever, picking up those extra few points, I think what that does is I think it just stabilizes the beer in general.
Yeah, it does.
And there's less precipitate. When it came out of the fermenter, it was crystal clear. It's picked up a little chill haze, but it's relatively, it's hazy, but it's not like opaque. So it's picked up a little chill haze. So I think that for some reason these malts, crystal malts being, I think they're foam positive, it's just holding together really nice.
That's great.
And I've got it's been in the keg for like a week and a half, so it's really stabilized. I'm pouring at a nice gentle PSI. I'm only at about 10 PSI, so it's just getting a really nice frothy head, and it's not getting too disrupted as it comes out. I also did a big shakedown. I also cleaned out, because I was cleaning everything, so I cleaned all the beer lines and stuff too. You know, when people say online, hey, I've got too much foam or whatever, first thing I say is, are your glasses clean and are your lines clean? Don't even think about the beer yet, because if that isn't right, then you just get weird results
Yeah.
in the kegerator. So anyway, I think most of this head is just the right amount of carbonation and a really dry beer. So
That color is very nice. Light amber. It's exactly what you want, I think, in a bitter.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah, it's a really good. Yeah, I love this orange color in essentially what is a pale ale.
Yep.
But yeah,
Again, your bread crust aromas on the nose.
yeah, I think in some ways, sometimes I think I prefer Golden Promise to Maris Otter. Maris Otter has a lot of that biscuity stuff. Golden Promise just sort of has more of a malty sweetness to it.
Yeah.
I like that.
And for one hop addition, I mean, that's very nice.
Yeah,
Nice
there's
bittery.
a nice bitterness there. There is a bit of earthiness, like herbal, like, and for Challenger, as opposed to using normally, I would hit this with East Kent Goldings, whatever. I do have Fuggles in there, but sometimes I get like a little bit of a phenol quality out of the Fuggles, especially when I use this yeast strain. And then I'm wondering whether or not that's the yeast in the hops or is it like a contaminant, right?
Okay.
So, because that phenol thing always should always set your alarm off
Sure.
that maybe you've got a bit of a contamination, like a phenol positive microbe in there. But I definitely noticed with SO4, Cellar Science English is the same thing as SO4, I think. It tends to throw a little bit of like a phenol-like character sometimes. So, when I see it, I try to say that I'm okay fermentation. There's something wrong with the thing. That's just the yeast strain. So if I did it again, I might, and I will do these again. I love English style beers. I'm trying to do more of them. But I think this is one of those examples where diving into the repository of like those liquid strains that have got a little more depth in terms of options.
Yeah.
Just to get a little bit more estery character, maybe enhance that malt character a little bit. Like that classic, is it 1968 or something, that ESB strain from Weiss, like would make something like this really, really sing.
Right. Right.
But this is pretty good. I've also found too that this dry strain in English beers does really well in the first pass, but if you can repitch that, essentially now you have liquid yeast, it does really well as a second generation.
Nice.
Then it behaves much more English-like.
I see.
And this stuff sediments really well too, flocculates really well.
Yep.
So that's why I like those English strains, because they flocculate really well.
And that'll clear up. Like, I think that chill haze will probably go away too, right?
Yeah, give it more time.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it finishes dry. It's a nice drinker, man. It's,
Yeah, thanks.
The Challenger.
I think that dryness lets those Challenger, that bitterness
I
addition
totally agree
come
with
right through, because your flavor receptors aren't being blocked off by these other larger chained sugars that are still remaining.
Agreed. Alrighty then.
Cool.
All right, good. And no vinyl hose flavor to be spoken
No
of.
vinyl hose flavor.
It's
in
all
this beer.
gone. That's great. Well, that's a good drinker. I look forward to having more of that. That'll be a good one. All right. Well, thank you for watching. We appreciate your attention. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to our channel. We'd like to do this kind of thing every single week. For John and Mike, these Brew Dudes, brew on.
Cheers.